Hey everybody, welcome to Hat Hole Home Video. You know what I was thinking about today? DVD commentaries. When the move from VHS to DVDs happened, I think now we live in a world where a new format comes out and really it's just higher quality. It's just better picture and sound. When you go from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K to whatever's next, it just seems to always be now it's just higher definition TVs and higher definition media players. When we moved from VHS to DVD, it was revolutionary because of special features and because of separate audio tracks. Remember when DVD players, you could have different angles you could switch to that were like real-time switch back and forth between angles? I don't know. I didn't have too many movies that actually utilized that for anything. One of the best things they ever did was start doing director commentaries. That was a function of laserdisc as well. You could have you could switch to another audio track on laserdisc as well, but obviously DVDs is where it really became a popular thing. And as somebody who loves movies but also loves the behind the scenes, growing up, I loved making of specials, watching Movie Magic. Was Movie Magic on A&E? I forget what channel that was on. It was a really great show. They'd show the behind the scenes of how, special effects in movies and stuff. If you hear weird haunted house creaking, it's because my wife is walking around above me. And I'm not going to stop. Just because of that, because it's you and me, we're here right now. But I could take a broom handle and go, quiet down up there, quiet down, because that's how I talk to her. No, I'm scared. I'm down here because I'm scared. But yeah, I love movie making and the movie magic. And when DVDs started coming out and all these director commentaries started becoming accessible, I absolutely fell in love with those commentaries. There are a lot of movies I still to this day, I guarantee you I've watched that movie with the director commentary on more than I have watched it without, because those commentary tracks can just be incredibly insightful and interesting and so entertaining in their own right. And now we live in a world where streaming has absolutely no interest in special features, no interest in anything like an audio commentary. All this stuff exists for so many of these movies. It's out there, and they could add it in so easily, and there's zero interest. I think it seems like there's a lot of interest from the filmmakers themselves. They still want to be doing commentaries for things, and all these streaming services are saying thanks but no thanks. So it's a huge bummer that now we live in a world that if we don't do something, if somebody doesn't pick up the reins or pick up the torch of special features and really keep it alive and run with it, not only are we going to be deprived of new things moving forward, new insight to the minds of these filmmakers now and in the future, but at some point all these things that have been recorded in the past will disappear too. It's like when something goes out of print. Where do you get it? Sooner or later it just fades away, and no one knows who has the rights to what and how contracts and agreements, maybe you agreed to do it for this DVD, but maybe it's nebulous as to whether or not that can be reused somewhere down the road. Who knows? It's just sad to think that all this insight and entertainment all its own will go away. And I wanted to throw a few things a few recommendations out there, because I want to say one, I actually think all the Kevin Smith movies, maybe aside from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that was a really depressing audio commentary because Jason Mewes was very obviously very high on heroin in that commentary, and it made it a really kind of unpleasant experience. But the commentary for Mallrats and Chasing Amy and Clerks and Dogma are all really fun, entertaining commentaries in their own right. They, it's cast and crew, all these people that are really, tight with each other and having fun and friends. The Goonies audio commentary is really good, where they got all the kids back together, and the director, Richard Donner. That was a really fun one. And again, it's another one where you can kind of tell all these people have not gotten to sit in a room and watch this movie together in a really long time. And it was really, so there's something special there. I also highly recommend any audio commentary that either Wes Craven or Joe Dante have done. Joe Dante, the Gremlins 2 soundtrack, or not soundtrack, audio commentary is really fantastic. And Wes Craven is just one of those guys. He could probably talk to me about how to, install a bathroom vanity, and I would be fascinated, because he was just one of those guys that really approached, making monster movies in a very philosophical and analytical way. It was really, it's really interesting to hear him talk about everything and where his ideas have all come from. And it's just the best. And again, all these things, now it's like, where can people find them? People, up and coming filmmakers. Where do you go to hear all this stuff? I don't know. Hopefully somebody figures it out. But right now, it's another big feather in the cap of physical media over streaming. Support physical media until somebody figures it out, that's all I had to say. I was just thinking about that over the last few days. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Let me know what you think. Definitely. Oh, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. It was like Harold Ramis and Ivan Reitman. I can't remember the third guy now. I feel stupid. I want to say he was like the director of photography. But again, really fun, really insightful, and very entertaining. It's like so many of these people are just wonderful storytellers, and that's what they do for a living. Movies are storytelling, but then when you sit them down and have them watch their creation, they're still storytellers even in the commentary. So that's another really, really good one. But yeah, let me know. Tell me, get down in the comments, get your ass in the comments, and tell me what audio commentaries you're a big fan of, that you loved listening to, that gave you insight into a movie that, you never knew what, looking at the beautiful paint job, you just never imagined what was under the hood. So yeah, thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.